Do you know a feeling when a small anxious thought grows into a huge fear that just blindfolds you and makes your heart beat fast, and you start feeling this fear on a chemical level, the whole body just changes. If you know what I'm talking about, this is a video about 3 techniques that help me in such cases. Hello and welcome. My name is Nesli and this is a channel about holistic development. In this channel, I share my thoughts and techniques in the field of self-development and self-awareness. I share meditations, I voice over them, and of course, I share my own experience of living this beautiful life. So when an anxious thought comes to my mind and I can feel that it starts growing in seconds, it becomes a huge fear. The first thing that I tell myself to do is become an observer. So what I mean by that, I become like someone who watches this movie, but I switch off my emotions. I let that anxious thought grow into huge fear and the scenario that might just frighten me, but I try to keep myself just as an observer who doesn't involve the emotions into the scenario. As an example, we can take a fear, for example, of losing someone you love, or any topic that you know that touches to like your heart, that makes you really fearful. So when that scenario starts growing in my mind, I let it reach the culmination, the outcome where everything bad happened, but I stop being like afraid of it. I stop fighting with it, and I just allow all that scenario reach even the most absurd level that it can, as long as it just reaches its end. And when I feel that end happen, what I do is I take that thought, and this technique reminds me of a scene from Harry Potter when Dumbledore would pull out his thought out of his mind and put inside of the cup. This is similar, I imagine like I'm taking my thought out of my mind and I place it in a ball near my head. And this is the ball where the whole scenario with all the crazy details it can fit in, everything is there. It's like a bubble or ball. You can imagine anything would work, you can let your imagination work here. And then what I do with that bubble, I just put it on fire. Or in case like this is the situation where this is the fear where I'm so scared of, or I'm trying to avoid with all my heart, and this energy of fear or even sometimes anger at this fear, sometimes I become angry. Why am I even thinking about this? Or why is this thought just grows into this huge fear? This energy helps me to destroy that bubble with a lot of energy. So I use that anger in that destroying. So sometimes I just put that bubble on fire, but sometimes I explode it. And I explode it to the pieces that you can't even see, it's not even ashes, you just don't see the particles left from that bubble. And you can use your own way of destroying that bubble. Just let your imagination flow here and use that energy like you're releasing it through your body onto destroying that bubble, onto destroying that scenario that you don't want to happen in your life. And second technique, and I would say this is a step 2 of the first one, is that after you destroyed that bubble, it's very important to rewrite the story. So for example, if we take this example of fear of losing someone you love, what I do is I imagine all my loved ones sitting in one table, and having a dinner all together, happy. When for example, we age, probably we're all old, but at the same time we're happy, we're in good health, and I see that scenario, and in this case I switch on my emotion at the maximum level. I start living that scenario with all my heart, with all my body. My whole body start producing chemicals as if this is happening in the real life right now. So I'm rewriting, so I'm making the exact opposite of the scenario that I was afraid of. And this is the scenario where all my loved ones were all happy and all in good health, and I'm feeling happy about it. I'm feeling grateful about it. And my body just feels this gratitude, happiness, and it doesn't feel already any like fear or fast heartbeat or anything like that. You're becoming a more harmonious state of being, and it literally switches you off from that fear, and you become more calm and you can continue your day. So what's very important in step one, we switch off the emotions, we let all the details just grow into its end, like all the scenario become in the smallest details. We just allow that to happen, but we switch off the emotions. In the second one, we allow all the details grow as well, just like in the first one, but we switch on our emotions. We live through that situation, we allow it to happen in our body, and imagining as if this light that we're feeling when we live through that positive scenario, it's just expanding throughout your whole body. It's expanding through your heart, and you can literally feel all that light inside of you. And it's really cool if you can just enjoy this process, because your emotional involvement will just make the whole body work differently. And the third technique, it's not really related to the first two. This is more of a technique that can be used in meditations, but I think it really helps in the situation with the fears as well. So this technique is called white wall. And if you practice meditation, probably you already know about this technique. And the point here is that when you close your eyes, you just imagine a white wall. And when any small thoughts start coming out to your mind, obviously it creates some kind of an imprint on that wall, right? It might be black and white, or it might be colorful, it might be vivid, it doesn't matter. But you just take that brush or whatever you want and start literally painting that wall with white color. So you're kind of removing or erasing those images and those thoughts that come to your mind. And since this is like a visual technique, it really helps stopping that monkey mind, And I use that technique also in my fears, when sometimes I get the anxious thoughts. When I know that this thought is gonna grow into something huge right now and not really pleasant, I instantly take that brush and start painting into white color. And this technique is really simple, but at the same time, it really helps you clear out your mind until you become distracted by something else that you're doing in your daily life, or until you feel calm and you feel like your body is coming into more harmonious state. So these are the three techniques of working with the anxious thoughts that grow into these huge fears. And I was inspired to record this video by a lady with whom I had consultation, and she had this problem. Even though she was quite aware of all the self-development techniques and tools, but she had in the daily life these crazy thoughts that grew into just terrible fears, which really interfered her daily life. And after I shared these techniques with her, she was really grateful. And then after some time, she gave me feedback saying that she started having much less of these fears, and moreover, these techniques really helped. So I decided to share these tools with a wide audience, and I hope that you liked this video. And in case you found it useful, please let me know in the comment section. And if you have your own tools and techniques of working with fear, also let us know in the comment section. Maybe it will be useful for someone else. And I really thank you for watching till the end, and I'm really happy that I'm finally recording the videos on YouTube. English is not my first language, so you might hear me saying some strange words or construction of sentences, but I really hope for your support. Please hit that like and subscribe button in case you like this video, so that I could create more of content like that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the next video.